friends. So we are looking at word problems. That's actually what this entire section is focused around, unfortunately. I know we're all very excited about that. So we can split this up into different types of word problems, different formats. The first type we're going to talk about is going to be in our slope-intercept form. And so we're going to do this, we're going to use this form, or this type, when we're given a rate of something, so something per something, which would be our m, our slope, and a starting value, or a flat fee, or a initial cost, something like that. So we use slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b when we're given a rate, an m, and a b, a starting value. So we've got Evan is going to the country fair this weekend. The admission to the fair is $5, and the cost per ride is 50 cents. His parents gave him $20, so we want to write and solve a linear equation to find out how many rides he can go on. So to start us off, let's figure out what our m is. So m is the rate. So we've got admission is $5 and cost per ride. So because we've got the keyword per here, that's going to be, m is going to be 0.50 for 50 cents. We'll just change it into dollars to make things easier. So it's 50 cents per ride. And then our B, our starting point, is going to be that flat fee, the admission, so the $5. So y equals mx plus b is going to be our format for these ones. Y is our cost, our total cost. In this case, we max out at $20, so we can substitute in 20 right for y. We've already said that m is 0.50. X will stay the same because that is talking about the number of rides. So remember, its cost per ride is 50 cents. So because its cost is the slope, per ride must be the variable. And then plus that $5 for the admission fee. And then so we will solve for x now to find how many rides he can go on. So we know how to solve for x. We subtract 5 from both sides. We get 15 equals 0.5x. Divide. We should get x equals 30. Now, a word problem is not complete if you don't have your units. So x is 30, yes, but what is x talking about in this problem? So we go back to our equation. We attached the x to the 50 because that's the number of rides. So x equals 30 rides. Excellent. So, our second problem. While visiting Crimson Lake, Sally decided to go kayaking. The rangers charge $8.50 per hour. Okay, so that's important. In addition to a $25 deposit to rent the kayak. If she rented the kayak from 11:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m., write and solve a linear equation to find the total cost. Okay, so again, we'll start off by figuring out what our m is. So again, look for the keyword per, in this case, $8.50 per hour. So m, our slope, is $8.50. And then b is our starting value, the thing that does not change regardless of the variable. So that would be that $25 deposit. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. In this case, we don't know what y is. We know that m is 850. We can figure out x in a second, and then b is 25. Okay, so the other piece of information that we're given is that she rented the kayak from 11:30 to 2:30. So let's change that into one number. So from 11:30 to 2:30, that would be 11:30, 12:30. Yeah, that'd be 3 hours. So she rents the kayak for 3 hours. That means that X is going to be 3 here, 3 hours. Okay, so we'll plug in 3 for X, because in this case, we are given X, but we don't know Y. So we should get Y equals 850 times 3. So we're replacing X with 3 plus 25. And then we will just simplify that expression, that equation, and we get Y equals 50.50. So 8.5 times 3 plus 25 gets 50.50. And again, Y is talking about dollars. No word problem is complete without its units. Oops. Let's see, what's next? Alex bought a new truck for $42,935. According to the dealer, the truck will depreciate approximately $4,200 per year. Depreciate is important here. That's $4,200 per year. Write and solve a linear equation to find how many years until the truck is worth $5,135. So I didn't underline that, but that's also important. Okay. So let's try to figure this out. We need to find our M, our rate. So look for the keyword per. So 4,200. The important thing here is knowing the word depreciate. That means to go down in value. So our slope here is actually going to be a negative 4,200 because each year it's going down in value. And then our B, our starting point, is what it cost initially, what it was worth initially. So that's the 42,935. And we'll go and we'll do the same thing. Y equals mx plus b. Let's see, how many years until the truck is worth 5,135? So it says 4,200 per year. So x must be years. Okay, so that's what we don't know. So the 5,135, that must be y equals negative 4,200 x plus 42,935. Okay. So we go and we solve this. We would subtract 42,935 from both sides. We would get a negative number, and then we would divide by the negative 4,200. And eventually we will end up with x equals 9. But of course we are not done because this is a word problem. We need our units. What was it asking for? It's asking for how many years until the truck is worth this. And again, it was 4,200 per year. So x has to be years. So x is 9 years. And then last one here. If you buy a car wash at the gas station for $6, okay, the cost per gallon is $2.35. I guess you'd get a discount. If you have $40, write and solve a linear equation to find the number of gallons of gas you can afford. Okay. So our M, we look for our keyword of per, cost per gallon, $2.35. B's might be a little tricky here, but that's going to be our $6. That's the flat fees. We get a car wash, we get some gas. The car wash is always going to be $6, but gas is going to depend on how much we get. So the B is the 6. That will not change regardless of what our variable is. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So if we have $40, that's our total. That's going to be our y. So 40 equals 2.35x plus 6. And we would solve this for x. Subtract 6 from both sides, divide by 2.35. We would get x equals, I think, 14.47. And then again, never done without a set of units. So what are we talking about here? We are asked to find the number of gallons we can afford, number of gallons of gas, and we are also told that there's the cost per gallon. So x must be gallons of gas.